Be sure to check out my Veve and Omi Investors group in the description down below. Together we build generational wealth and go over everything you need to be profitable in the Veve markets. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video, man. In this one, we're going to be going over something that I think a lot of people might find interesting. I actually got a comment. Hold on, let me grab it for you all. So it says, Cavell, we know who you are, and we know you believe and trust in Ecomi, Omi, and Veve long term, but I would be interested to see a video detailing your concerns for this project. We know how much time you have put into researching, and we know everything's going to the moon. Therefore, instead of being the moon boy for a video, would be interested in seeing actual concerns that you have going forward. Examples, scalability of the Ecomi team. This is not creating FUD because you'll be answering the future queries of people as they do more research themselves. So, I'm doing the video. That being said, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn notifications. So, as far as some of my concerns, I don't actually have many. And I think the ones that I have is pretty much the same as everyone else. Like when I tell you all that I have faith in the team, it's not to say that what you're hearing is not a concern. It's just, it's to say that while it is a concern, I believe that I invested in a team that is going to address it in the proper way. That's what I mean when I say I have faith in this team. I know that I put my money in people who solves problems. I never believed that there would be no problems with this project. Like the buybacks. The buybacks is a concern. The buybacks, that's a big concern. But at the exact same time, this company knows what they're doing. They know their vision. They know where they want this to go. And they're holding a lot of these coins, which means they need it to go up in value. The team needs this to go up in value just as much as anyone else. So that being said, that is a concern. But it's also something that I'm not as worried about because I know that they're going to handle it, whatever it actually is. And right now, it's still just speculation going around the community anyway. The whole buybacks thing, like I've been hearing from a lot of people that wasn't even in the white paper to begin with. So that being said, I know that there's been videos about it. They've explained how it's going to work in theory and stuff like that. Like there's been a lot of talk about it, but initially it just was not in the white paper. So we don't know what they're going to do, what their solution is going to be. We don't know if that's even a problem or concern. We don't know if they have to wait in order to talk about buybacks. We don't know how they have to wait till there's actually utility. Because like I said in my video, it would make sense that utility comes before they start doing things that would classify this token as security, which buybacks would classify this token as security if they have no utility. So that being said, yeah, like buybacks is a concern for me. And a lot of people think that I talk about the Veveverse because I'm a moon boy. I talk about the Veveverse because that's the biggest conversation logical investors should be having. Everybody's talking about exchanges. They have no control over that. Any exchange would want the Omi token. They have no control over when we get listed. So why is that something that people are worried about? Like Omi to NFT, all of this stuff, that's stuff that has to be developed by the team. Like that's stuff that can easily be developed, but not easily be developed by the team. But there's ways to do that stuff. Like there's structure to doing these things. It's like that part of the development, cashing out and things like that, integrating a different form of payment like the Omi token. Like this has been done before. So that's a development thing. People spend so much time worried on stuff that's irrelevant because this stuff is like we have no control over any of that. The Veveverse, however, the direction they go with that, the best direction to go with that, this is what's going to heavily impact our investment. I am very concerned about the Veveverse. I'm very concerned about what they're going to do. I'm very concerned about if they'll be able to do it. Are they going to be able to do it to the top quality? I believe they'll get it done, but how long will it take to get it done? Like, and as far as scalability, he actually mentioned the scalability of the team. That's a concern too. I mean, a lot of great people are actually, locked in with big companies already. So do you have enough people? Like, even if you have the resources to keep hiring people, is there enough people to even hire for some of this stuff? So all of this stuff is a concern for me. Like all of this stuff is a concern. And it's not to say that, I don't say what I say to make it seem like I'm not concerned about the same things you all are concerned about. I just handle my concern differently because I remember that I am an amazing investor and I make good decisions. So because I've done my research, I believe in the team, I've researched the team, and I know that they have come across many problems in their career and they have overcome these problems. And they solve problems. I know that I invested in problem solvers. A lot of people just thought that this investment would come with no problems. I was never one of those people who came in expecting things to go perfectly. I know from being a business owner myself and running quite a few businesses that things never go perfectly. I've run similar businesses time and time again, and every single one of them, a new problem just popped up. It's just, there's always going to be problems, man. There's always going to be problems, and it's not an issue having concerns, but I'm not concerned about a lot of the stuff people are concerned about, like bots and stuff like that. That's never going to be my type of concern, bro, because logically certain things will just never, like there has never been an app in the history of the internet to be able to escape bots. So the fact that people think that there's ever going to be some escape for bots on Veve, it's not happening, yo. It's not happening. YouTube can't get away from it. Google can't get away from bots. Bots are always going to be there. So I'm not the type of investor to be concerned about something that we have no control over. Also, drops and things like that, I understand the vision of this project, so I realize that drops are unimportant. Drops are minimal. The future of this project lies in the metaverse. That is what this project is all about, the metaverse. This is why it's always my biggest focus and always what I want to talk about, because that is where people are going to be spending the majority of their time. If people can't get drops, okay, you have, at some point you're going to have 10, 20 million people going for 30,000 additions. A lot of people will constantly not get drops. That's just the way that it's going to go. People are not going to get drops. Boo-hoo, it's starting to happen. We're starting to get there. Oh, well, like any good investor knows that they're not going to get drops. Any good investor came into this knowing that it was going to reach a point where you no longer can get drops. You want to be mad that us OGs was able to get drops at one point in time? We like, okay, go ahead and hate. But that doesn't solve your problem that you need to figure out how to make money using this platform now. That's the marketplace. And sometimes, eventually, it may come to a point in time where you can't make the same type of money in the marketplace. There has been an opportunity to make money in this marketplace for the longest. But a lot of people so stuck on drops, so stuck on that they don't realize the huge opportunities that you're letting slip because you're worried about the last opportunity that was there a while ago for everybody else. You don't have that opportunity. You either focus on the opportunities you don't have or take advantage of other ones that you do. It's really that simple. So yeah, my concerns, I don't have many concerns, man. My concerns are not the same as a lot of people's because I either have answers to those concerns or like the concerns, even though it is a concern, like buybacks in the Veveverse, at the same time, I believe the team would do what it takes to solve this problem. Another thing that people are often concerned about is, what about the licenses? Will we run out of time to use this license before like the metaverse comes? I mean, even if we do the stuff that we have already, we have this stuff already. Like this stuff is already on Veve. Like the license, like we have these NFTs. We have bought these NFTs and we own these NFTs. Like people constantly talking about ownership. Oh, we can't do this with it. We can't do that with it. I'm not worried about that either. Like we own these NFTs. Like it's really that simple. People like to worry about things that really doesn't even make any sense to worry about. They're selling NFTs. They're selling ownership to these products. They can't just take back ownership from someone. That's like you buying something, you buying some shoes from the shoe store, then they come to your house and take it back. It makes no sense. Now, a lot of people would argue, oh, but we don't have the keys, so we can't actually take it home. I get it. You don't have access to it. It's like buying some shoes and them keeping it locked up in the store and telling you that it's yours, and you get a receipt so you can prove that it's yours, but you're not actually able to take those home. So I definitely get the argument, but that's not a concern. I realize that it takes time to build certain things. Like development is not easy, and then they're developing so many different things. Like when you consider all that they have, like me, and I'm a former developer. I'm a former developer, not for Veve. But I'm a former developer. So I know how long it takes to create certain things. Like them working on the Omi Token, cash out and stuff like that, interoperability, like it's a lot of stuff that has to be developed. Anything that you would need in this project has to be developed. And then they have to create an entire metaverse. Then they have to include the Omi Token into the entire metaverse. Then they have to create an ability to the functionality to stake. They have to make sure that none of the math or anything behind these features goes wrong or breaks. They have to load test it. They have to make sure Okay, this doesn't break for 1,000 people. What happens when we get 1 million people on it? What about if 1 million people, like what about if 1,000 people try to cash out at the exact same time? Will everything work flawlessly, or will something happen, crash it, and mess up? There's a lot of different tests that has to be run. There's a lot of different things that need to be done. So I have concerns, but my concerns I don't handle the same way. I would rather, when it comes down to making videos and talking about the VVverse and things like that, I would rather talk about the direction of the VVverse and things like that, because I know that is going to dictate how far this project goes. So if we have ideas, if we're having conversation about it, where we want to see the VVverse go, where we should take this, like how like if they get that right, that's what's really going to make us a ton of money. So I don't know. I really don't. That's why I can't really relate and understand the people who focus on a bunch of shit that they can't control, when you could be giving feedback, suggestions, and things like that to the team about where you want the VVverse to go. Because the VVverse, they could take, if you have a good idea, chances are they will use that idea. So you could be coming up with ideas about how to make yourself millions, but instead of coming up with that idea, you're coming up with something that's guaranteed going to come, and you have no control over when it comes. So it's like, what are you wasting your time doing? You can cry about that every single day, or sit down, shut up, and wait for them to do it on their time, which they're going to do anyway. Like whether they get into an AMA and tell you something or not, they're going to do it on their time anyway. So you can cry about that, or look forward to the stuff that is actually going to be bringing us in the most profits and most money. Like that's how I look at things. It's like, it's not really a choice for me. It's not a choice. Because I've done my research and due diligence, and I believe in this company, and I believe in my own research and my ability to figure out the information and to look at all this stuff. Because I believe in myself, and because I believe in this team, I'm not worried about all that stuff. I'm worried about what's going to push the project forward. So if you're not really confident in yourself, if you're not confident in your ability to research and things like that, that's something that you should be looking into. That's something that you should be working on. You should be surrounding yourself with people who are really good at research. Like really, in my private group, not to shield the private group, but in my private group, literally anybody who hits me up asking me something, like I literally would outline exactly how I research, how I do what I do, how I find what I find, and why I'm so confident in this project. Like I talk to anyone there. I talk to everyone there. Anyone who hits me up, you're going to get a reply. You're going to get an honest answer. I don't hide the information from anyone. And people have direct contact to me, and they can learn absolutely anything that I know. So it's not that people can't get to the point that a lot of us OGs are at. It's that people don't want to. People don't choose to. If you've been here a while, you're gonna be bullish. Like just like you're seeing the new problems. What you have to realize is if you're an OG, you've seen a lot of problems pop up. But the one consistent thing is that we have seen a lot of problems get solved as well. So if you're here, you're seeing new problems pop up, you're getting bearish because you're seeing these new problems and you have never seen problems get solved, I get it. But a lot of us OGs have, which is why you should be talking to the people, looking at the people who are more knowledgeable than you. The thing is, people have egos. People can't accept that they have egos, but you do. The thing is, I have a very big ego, but my ego is in check. If I find some information that I don't know, if there's something that I don't understand, I get educated on it. I'm not so egotistical that I can't learn, be taught, and be a student and be a sponge at the exact same time. And that is exactly why I am where I am, and I know so much, because I learn from any and everyone. If I don't like you as a YouTuber, if I don't like you, I will still watch and learn from you. And that's just how I am. So many people, I turn a lot of people off. I turn a lot of people off and they choose not to watch me. That explains why you're a hell of a lot dumber than me. It's really that simple. And I mean, I don't care. The fact of the matter is, while a lot of people stopped watching me a while ago, everything that I was saying is constantly coming true. It's constantly, like, when people was called, you should see my comment section from a year ago when I was predicting Marvel, when I was predicting Spider-Man, when I was predicting all this stuff that is finally coming and getting released, and then it's coming out that this stuff was confirmed in 2018 and stuff like that. When I was releasing all this information, I was getting called all type of dummies. They'll never work with this company. This will never happen. I was out, like, people were talking crazy. Now look at them. So you don't have, like, it's just important that you get educated and you get information. Information solves everything, man. You're concerned if you don't have the information. If you do have the information, it's not a concern for you. It's just a slight worry. It's a slight worry where it's like, I kind of want to know what, like with the buybacks thing. I kind of want to know what's going on, but at the same time, I trust the team to handle it, whatever it is. So while it's not like I'm just completely happy that buybacks could not be coming. Like even that's a rumor. It's not like I'm completely happy about that, but it's that I know that I invested in a team that's going to solve that problem. So yeah, I don't have many concerns. That's why I don't really talk about concerns. I talk about the stuff that matters. I have no control, and my concerns that I do have, I have no control over that. So why am I focusing on something that I can't control when I can help control the direction that this project goes in, and make this project have some good ideas that they can use, profit from, and help make us all some money. I would rather help make us all some money than I would worry or cry about things that I have no control over. Because let's say the worst thing in the world happened, buybacks are gone, the token is going to be ass. What can you do? What can you do about it? Like what can you just sell? You just going to sell at a huge loss? Like, and are you going to assume that even without buybacks, the token is ass? Like there's nothing that they could do to revive this token. You're believing that there's no solution. Like we don't know what's going to happen. So more so than worried about things that we don't know, I focus on the things that we do. I remind people that this is the same team that got us in this position. This is the same team that's partnered with all these brands, and these brands believe in them. Disney believes in Veve, and you have the nerve not to. Who are you to not believe in a company that the most powerful brands in human history believes in? And I know people are going to say, well, that's because they're going to make them a shit ton of money. But Disney and these companies are not in the business of making money by screwing over their fans. They're just not. They're not in the business of doing that. So they look out for their fans' best interest. But that's pretty much it, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.